Hi folks, just an update on the home theatre PC. I now have all the parts and components all installed. So we now have the new Arctic Cooling Freezer 7 low profile cooler installed. That was an interesting one to get in actually. It's not difficult to install. You do have basically some clips that you need to push in through the mounting holes on the motherboard. They went in okay, but because you've got the heat pipes here and because of the general shape of the cooler, I actually oriented it slightly differently. I've actually had to turn this to 90 degrees in the original orientation, and there were a couple of heat sinks which I don't think you can really see. There's just one there, which meant that although this looked like it was sitting flush with the CPU, it wasn't. So I booted up straight away, temperature skyrocketed, it got to the 80 degrees thermal cut-off point and then just shut down. So I've had to rotate it through 90 degrees, that fits much better. I'm happy with that actually. Volume wise it is quieter than the stock fan even on full speed, and I'm expecting slightly better cooling performance, and it looks pretty good. I know I'm not really going to see it once the side covers are on, but yeah, that's been a good purchase. I've also had to make some modifications to the power supply unit. I think I'm probably going to have to at some point pay out some serious money and buy a decent power supply, because I'll be honest, this is an iCube's 250 watt, it's not expensive, it's cheap, and it has been rather noisy. So I took out the stock fan, put another one in. Unfortunately the stock fan's only 20mm thick, so I had to put in a really thin fan. It wasn't any quieter. So in the end I've made a little bit of a modification here. I'm hoping you can see. Anyway, sorry about that, for breaking the video there. I actually pressed the off button on the camera as I was trying to get in here. But I've actually mounted the fan on the outside of the power supply unit. So that's a full 25mm thick Yateloon fan out of a power supply actually, so I figured it was a good replacement. As you can see here, I've slightly bent some of the metal a bit. They're drilling in some screw holes. I actually cut out the grill on the casing as well, so that there is full airflow allowed through there. That was just an attempt to really try and improve the cooling really. It's still quite noisy, but it's not as loud as it was, thankfully. So that will do for now. I've tried to tidy the cables up. Not easy in this case actually to keep everything tidy. I'm just trying to keep these out of the way, but they haven't come in here. There's space for it to move. It's just a little bit messy around here. And don't forget, my plan is still to put a storage drive in there as well. I don't like the way the red shows through that. It's really good. So that's where we are. What I'm going to do is put the side and top covers on, get the thing fired up, and just show you what it's like in action. Well, this is the media center up and running. We're just in Media Portal at the moment. You can probably see why this case was chosen, because it does fit nicely next to the television, and also it is just the right size so that it doesn't protrude beyond the chimney breast here, so that when you're sat at the other side of the room and you're viewing it from this angle, it doesn't get in the way. You can still see the television. It's still a little noisier than I'd like, so we still need to work on it a little bit more. I think a more expensive power supply is going to be the order of the day. But this is Media Portal. I quite like it. I can operate it from my Zenta wireless keyboard. Easy to do. Music, pictures, videos, weather, plugins, settings, AirPlay disc, so we can obviously use this as a DVD player. The plugins basically are games at this stage. I think there's other things you can probably get for it. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with the temperatures in the system now, since we did some work with the fans and the coolers. Just a speed fan. At the moment CPU temperature is 43 degrees, 42 now, it's going down. GPU temperature about 50 degrees. Temp 1, I think that's the North British temperature, is 33. Not too sure what temp 3 is, that runs about 50 degrees. But, you know, when I first put this together, 55 to 60 degrees was my CPU temp. We're now down between 40 and 45, so we've dropped about 10 degrees. Much happier with that. So, anyway, that is it. Up and running. There probably will be some updates at some point in the future. Obviously next year we'll be painting this. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's not the right colour at all. It looks like an old beige case, and then that's what it is. And we'll sort that out, as I say, next year. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching.